Hello, friends. Welcome back. I am so excited for you guys to be here today. I am going to be sharing my first ever meal plan video. Meal planning is something that I do every single week. It helps us stay on budget with our groceries. It helps me be less stressed during the week when I need to cook because I don't have to figure out exactly which meal I'm going to make or if we have the ingredients or running to the store or anything like that. So something we did a little different this month is we bought a Costco membership. And so we did a huge grocery run at Costco the first of the month. So last weekend we did that and stocked up on like meats and storage pantry type goods. So we have a lot of options now, but typically I like to grocery shop every single week because I feel like that puts me a little more in control of what we're spending and how much we're eating and stuff like that. So that way when we get to the end of the week, I kind of have a gauge on what we have left, how much we're eating, that kind of stuff. So, but this month, since we did a big, huge haul, Costco haul at the beginning of the month, I am just going to be buying filler things at our regular grocery store just to kind of supplement what we may need for meals. So here's how my process starts. I usually go to our pantry and our fridge and our freezer and see everything that we currently have available to make meals before I even look about deciding what kind of meals I want to make. Part of what helps keeps us on budget and makes our meals a little bit cheaper is using up all of the things we already have before we go buy new things. So that way we're really maximizing on the money that we're spending. Okay, so now that I kind of have an idea of what's in our fridge and all the ingredients we have, if you saw, we have a lot of meat right now because Costco meat was just way too good to pass up. We probably even have more than we'll need for the entire month, but that's okay. If it overflows into the next month, it'll all end up kind of averaging out. So, yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited we got the Costco membership. I'm curious though, how many people use like a wholesale membership like that? Do a lot of you use that, or do you typically just go to your grocery store? And how often do you shop? Because we shop every week and plan every week, but I know some people like to do it in multiples. Anyway, so here we go. Part of what I like to do, I take my note sheet, and this is what I'll use to write down both what the meals we're going to have is and the list. I do want to come up with a plan eventually, maybe of some sort of different book that has like an actual bulleted list on one side and like maybe a Monday through Friday, like Sunday through Saturday list so I can actually write down everything we're buying and what our plans are. But that's okay. For now, this is what's working. So some things to note: know who your family is, know who you're cooking for. My particular family is all over the place. I am not picky at all. I will eat literally anything. My 2-year-old is pretty much the same way. She'll eat just about anything. My husband's a little bit pickier, and then our 9-year-old is crazy picky and just won't eat anything. It makes it really hard to plan sometimes. So what I always like to do is I always make some sort of pasta dish. So this is just kind of a rough draft. Sometimes I'll cross them out or change it, but I always try and make some sort of pasta dish. Let me zoom you guys in here. And then I always make some sort of like Mexican. So I rotate both pasta and Mexican. So like pasta, we're not having spaghetti every single week, but we may have just like mac and cheese, or we might have regular noodles with sauce. We might have like a meatball of some sort. We might do Alfredo, like a a pasta bake, just some sort of pasta meal because I know everyone will eat it. Mexican, same thing. I switch it around. Last week we did nachos. Sometimes we do quesadillas. Sometimes it's tacos, enchiladas. So right now we have a lot of chips left and we have a ton of tortillas. So I'm thinking about doing enchiladas because we have the meat for it. We already have the tortillas. And if we have any leftover taco meat, we have chips and extra things that we can make for leftovers to do like quesadillas and stuff like that. So I'm just abbreviating for space purposes, but we're going to do some enchiladas this week, I think. Pasta, I'm not quite sure yet. We still have some sauce that we used from this last week that'll still be good this week. So I may try and do something with that sauce just so that it doesn't go bad. I don't know yet. We'll do some sort of pasta, but we already have the noodles and we already have cheese. So pretty much any pasta meal that I do, we're not going to need a whole bunch of extra ingredients for. Another money saving tip I have when you're planning out meals is try to schedule in some meatless meals. That will really help save so much money because meat is usually the most expensive part to your meals. So if you can schedule in, like, for example, a pasta night, let's say we did a pasta bake that was meatless and we just threw like some pasta and some peas and some sauce and stuff and cheese all together. It's meatless and then it's less expensive than if we were to throw chicken or anything else like that in there. The other thing I like to do a lot is breakfast. Our family loves breakfast. Everybody always eats it for dinner, and I do the same thing. I just rotate what type of breakfast we do. So we just did breakfast burritos last night. So I think this week, let's see, I'm trying to think what we have. We have a lot of eggs. Like I did buy a lot of eggs. Oh, you know what I made? I made a couple weeks ago, I made this frittata that was really good and everybody ate it. And so I think I might want to do that. I'm trying to think of the meat that we have, if we have meat that would cater to that. We have like chicken, we have pork chops. We do have bacon. I could throw bacon in there. I don't know. I'm going to write breakfast down and I'm going to maybe Pinterest browse. Breakfast. There we go. So what I normally like to do is try and think of some things off the top of my head, like recipes that I know my family will like. And then if I'm kind of drawing a blank or a brain freeze on the type of meal that I would want to do for that, then that's when I go to my Pinterest board and I say, okay, what could I mix in this week that's maybe new? Oh, there's a recipe I forgot about that I cooked a few weeks ago that the family really liked. So I'm just going to put breakfast and I may browse and jog my memory through Pinterest. Okay, so we have pasta, Mexican, we're going to do enchiladas, breakfast. I usually do 5 meals here, and then we do 2 leftover nights. So these other 2 meals, I do have, I have a pork loin. We did that this week though, so I may save that for next week just to give it a break. We have a roast. I think we're going to do roast. Yeah, I think roast would be really good. We didn't really have a roast this week, and we still have half of one from one of the other weeks, and that's an easy crock pot meal that I can just throw in as well. So that sounds good to me. So we have pasta, enchiladas, breakfast, roast, and what could our final meal be? We do have chicken. I think we're just going to do some chicken and veg. Oh my gosh, this pen. I just got this pen and I thought I loved it and it worked great for a little while and it just keeps like skipping out on me. It's this Artist Loft brand. You guys, I just cannot find a pen that I like. I am struggling so hard. So hard. Okay, so those are going to be our dinner meals for the week. So like I said, for pasta, we're already going to have everything we do. I think I might just do like a pasta bake of some sort. And mix in some sauce that we have. I might need like I think I'm going to get a cream of chicken to throw in with that, which I know we don't have. Okay, so for pasta, the only thing I need is cream of chicken. For enchiladas, we're going to need sour cream for topper. And probably some beans because my husband loves to have beans on the side. refried beans. That's like the one thing I don't like. I don't like tomatoes, and I don't like beans, and I don't like cake. And that's pretty much the only things I don't like. So we're gonna need some sour cream and beans. We have everything else. We have like taco seasoning, all that stuff. Oh no, we don't have the enchilada sauce. So enchilada sauce. Okay. Breakfast, I actually just thought of something. I'm not gonna need to Pinterest browse for this. Potatoes. I would love to do like a potato with, we got this really good like creamy kale sauce, and I think, you guys can't see my list. I think it would be really tasty to do some like potatoes and eggs with like that creamy like kale sauce, and the girls will be fine with like just the baked potatoes. I don't really like baked potato, but you know what I mean, like fried potato and eggs or whatever. So I think we're gonna do that. I just need potatoes. Potato. Since we have everything else for that. The roast, we're gonna do, I need to look at Pinterest to see the different roast recipes because I don't have like a tried and true one. We just don't usually make roast enough. We may start making it more now that we have the Costco membership, since we can get meat for cheaper, but roast is usually a more expensive cut of meat. And if I'm buying meat at the grocery store, we just usually don't have that in our budget. It's just too expensive. But since we have it, I'm going to look up Pinterest to see what we need for that. Chicken and veg, we already have this. We bought a huge thing of frozen broccoli and a huge thing of frozen green beans at Costco. So luckily for us, we already have everything we need in there. And then with any of these, I always make sure that I have like rice and instant potatoes and all that stuff on hand. So if we wanted to throw that in with one of these, it would be very easy for us to do. Okay, so on that note, now that we have, like, you can see how tiny this list is because we went to Costco and already have all this stuff. Our list of what we need at the grocery store this week is so small. And this is just for dinners, plus whatever we need for the roast, but we'll look that up here in a minute. The other thing that I do once we go through the dinners is I will look to see what it is that we need to fill in for like lunches or breakfast or anything. Now, because of the Costco run, again, I know I'm bringing this up a lot, but I just seriously, it's just worked out so well so far. I know we're only a weekend. It's just great. We stocked up on all breakfast things. We have eggs, we have cereals, we have oatmeal, we have cream of wheat, we have frozen waffles. We literally have everything. We don't need to buy anything for breakfast at all right now. The only thing is my husband may want bagels. That may be the only thing we need to buy. But beyond that, we don't. I think we should be okay on bread. We still have a whole loaf of bread. If we happen to run out, I can go pick up one during the week, but we should be fine on bread. For lunch-wise, I'm thinking like peanut butter and jellies. We have frozen corn dogs for our girls. We have a bunch of these like hummus packages. So maybe some pita chips. I did realize that I forgot to buy like a bag of pita chips or something to do with the hummus. Oh, pretzel thins. Okay. So pretzel thins, I'm adding those to the list. I love to eat those with that hummus. And we haven't opened any of the hummus yet because I forgot to buy something to actually eat them with. So there we go. Pretzel thins. And then we eat a lot of leftovers for lunch. It's just having two small girls, like between our two girls and myself, we just don't eat like a ton. My husband's the one who eats the most. So we always have leftovers on literally everything we make. And especially this week, like the enchiladas, the pasta, and the roast, we will have leftovers 100% on all three of those. So these are going to be the ones we make at the beginning of the week so that we can eat those leftovers the rest of the week. And then breakfast and chicken and veggies usually don't have very many leftovers, or like breakfast, you can't really have leftovers. They just don't hold well. And then chicken and veggies, usually I just cook enough chicken for everybody to eat. There may be a little bit extra, so those usually go at the end of the week. So I think we're good on lunch stuff. And then snacks, I made sure, well, I planned that we would have enough snacks for the entire month. So hopefully that lasts us the whole month and we won't need to buy anything extra. So I'm super excited that this list is so small. On that note, we are now going to go and move over to Pinterest. and we're going to look and see if we can find a really good roast recipe to use. All right, I have my Pinterest pulled up. I'll leave a link to it below if anybody wants to follow me. But I have all kinds of boards on here. I have like lots of home decor stuff, planner stuff, like snack, dinner, breakfast, kids' room idea. I don't know, a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm going to search my pens. I don't know. I think you guys can see it. Oh, there's a little bit of a glare. There we go. We're just going to search roast and see what pops up here. Let me zoom you in a little more. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll through and see. We're getting like a lot of roasted potatoes. Maybe I should have done like pot roast. Ooh, this one looks super simple. And actually, I have onion soup mix. That looks really, okay, that looks really simple and good. Okay, so since I have the onion soup mix already, we have the beef roast, I'm just going to put that there. We just need a can of the cream of mushroom. So guys, this pen, I need a new pen. Please tell me what your pen recommendations are, because this one is just not cutting it for me. I cannot get it to work. Ugh. Okay, so we need cream of mushroom. We have the onion soup. I need some baby carrots. I'm going to add some baby carrots to the bottom of the roast, and then we have instant mashed potatoes. So I think what I'll do is once this is all cooked, all of the juices that are left over in there, I can use those to sort of like help make a gravy sauce. You can make like a roux with butter and flour and thicken it up a little bit. We also have like cream, some half and half and stuff like that. So I think I can probably jimmy rig a little bit of a gravy using the sauce from this, or it might just be good with the sauce poured over, to be honest. And then we already have beef broth as well. So if I wanted to add a little bit of beef broth in there to kind of thicken it up or whatever, we are on board. All right, you guys, this is our teeny tiny list. That's my thought process of how we meal plan. Because of the pre-shopping we did at the beginning of the month, we have such a small list to buy at the grocery store. So I am super stoked and excited for that. And I'll let you guys know. I'll tell you at our weekly check-in what exactly, like where we're at grocery budget-wise and how we're doing. So if you want to check out the video of my my weekly check-in and my initial budget video, feel free to go ahead and click that link. I will leave it down below. Yeah, that's the thought process. If you guys have any questions, or if you want like any tips or anything you want me to go over on how we meal plan, I will say as a family of 4, we usually stay at $500 or below every month for all of our groceries. And that usually includes, well, it can include like dog food and stuff like that, but we've kind of adjusted our budget a little bit to take that out. But anyway, $500 is our budget for a family of 4. If that seems really small or really tight, this is the thought process. This is what we do. All right, we just got back from the store. This is what we ended up with. They were out of a couple of things, so I had to change my meal plan for our Mexican night. You say hi? Hi. Give a wave. So they did not have any enchilada sauce. Like I am talking 0 enchilada sauce. So I had to change my plans. We're just going to do quesadillas instead. I ended up buying these street tacos because I got corn tacos at Costco, but they're not very good for like peanut butter tortillas, and we love to make peanut butter tortillas here for snacks and just like fillers, quick on the go lunches or whatever. So I grabbed some street taco tortillas for that, and then I grabbed some bananas. Our house crushes through fruit and we are almost out of apples, so I went ahead and just picked these up. And then this can of soup. I brought Sophie with me. Can you have a pretzel?
Yes.
Yes, in 1 minute, okay?
Pretzel.
Sophie saw this. It's just a can of soup. I figured that it would be fine to have for like an extra lunch. It was like $1 or so. No big deal. So we spent about $15 on all of this. Honestly, the biggest ticket items were the chips and the street tacos, and then the bananas, which we weren't expecting. But about $15 is right on budget, so we are good to go to make dinners and snacks and lunches for the week. So yeah, that's about all I have for you guys. I'll see you later. Bye, guys. Sophie, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.